friends, welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. For those of you who are new, welcome. My name is Brenda and I'm so happy you stopped by today. For those of you who are returning, you know I love you. So today I'm participating in the 5 under $5 challenge. I'll let you know more about that in a few minutes. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number 1. So for this DIY, I am going to use this home wood round that I got from Dollar Tree, this wood, wall tile from Dollar Tree, my Waverly antique wax, and my Waverly chalk paint in the color white. So I'm going to start off by using my heat gun and my Cricut spatula, trying to remove this home sign, and I'm trying to be really careful. And it snaps right at the H there. And I was like, oh man. So I just kept working at it, trying real hard not to snap anymore because I knew I could just glue that with some wood glue. I did end up snapping some of the E as well. So I'm just using my wood glue here and then attaching those pieces back together and using my little clamps from Dollar Tree to hold them in place. And then I set it aside to dry, and I painted my wood round with my white chalk paint. Then I'm cutting this wall decal out, and I'm just cutting along the line there. And then I'm taking the piece, the sticky piece off the back. It's kind of a 2-layer thing, and it just doesn't work right if you try to use that sticky piece on it. So I cut it out. Now I'm just tracing it around the wood round, and then I'm going to cut that out to fit that wood round. And then once I have this all cut out, I am going to use hot glue all the way around. Now, if you recreate this and do this, be very careful, because when I go to put my hand down to smooth it, it was hot. And I had to pull my hand away really quick. But so just be careful with that. Then I am just painting over my home sign with my white chalk paint. And after that, I took my antique wax and a napkin, and I'm just brushing it all over on the wood round. Now, this tile piece is kind of a plastic, so if you wipe it off, the antique wax off, you don't want to wipe too much because it will just come right off until it dries. And once I had this all covered, I believe I do the same thing with the home word. Yes, I do the same thing with my home sign, and just doing that dry brushing all over. Now, if you don't like dry brushing or distressing, you don't have to do this. You could just make it your own. After that, I just use some hot glue on the back of that home word, and I'm going to glue it or post it right on the top of that wood sign. After that, I decided I needed to kind of cover the edge. So I'm using some of this twine that I recently got at Dollar Tree. I love it. It has different colors. I've got the blue and tan one here. They also have a red and tan and a tan and tan. I love this. I wish I would have got the tan. I did get the red, but if I find it, I'll get it. Then after I had it all covered, I took my little embossing tool there, or Cricut tool, and I poked the hole through that wall tile, and then I'm just stringing some of this twine inside of that, and then I'm just going to make a hanger. I'm just tying a knot, and then I did glue the knot down on the back just to keep it in place so you're not looking at that ugly knot. After that, what am I going to do? Oh, I'm going to make a bow. So I'm just taking some of this yarn, or this twine. I wrapped it around my fingers about 3 or 4 times, and then I'm just taking the ends and I wrap each end opposite direction around the middle, and then I tie a knot, and then I just use those as the legs of the bow. And then I hot glued some Boxwood Greenery at the top, and then I'm going to hot glue that bow right in the middle, and that is all there is for this one. I really love it. I've been wanting to use that wall tile for a while, and I'm so glad that I got to use it this time. You'll have to let me know what you think about this in the comment box below. Okay, today is the 5 under $5 challenge. It is hosted every month by Missi with Crafty Cove DIY and Emily with Farm Charm Chic. And this month's guest host is LaParsha with Creating It Myself. All of them are wonderful. Make sure you check out their channels, and then make sure you check out the playlist to get some everyday farmhouse inspirations. All of the projects are made under $5. So here is DIY number 2. And for this DIY, I'm going to use this calendar page that came from last year's calendar. I love this calendar. I wish I had more of them. I wish, anyways. And then my Waverly chalk paint in the color Ocean, and then this sign I got from Dollar Tree. I'm going to start off by removing the hanger. And I'm going to put it aside because I am going to use it. And then I'm going to remove the front pieces here. And it comes off really easy I'm using my Cricut spatula there. And it just rips this paper right off. I loved it because I was able to get all that paper right off the front. Once it was done though, I am going to just use the back. I didn't want to fiddle with taking off that back piece or all the glue stuff on the back. So I'm just using one of my glue sticks that I get from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going all the way around this square piece with my glue. Just a heavy layer because I want to make sure that calendar piece sticks. Then I'm just going to place that calendar piece on the top here. And as I put it on, I see the little hole on the top of the page for where it hangs. And I thought, oh, I should cover that up. And I thought, oh, no, I don't need to cover up. I'm going to put these pieces on there. So as I'm getting these pieces, I'm like, why are there 2 holes in this? I don't know why there's 2 holes. I'll just cover it up with spackling. Oh my gosh, you guys, I don't know where my brain was. So I covered it up with spackling, and then I painted all of these pieces with my Ocean color. And then I took some painter's tape and I took those beads off the hanger, and I'm just going to stick them on the painter's tape, and I'm going to paint all of them with my Ocean color. I love doing this technique. It just, I don't know, for me, it's so much easier than trying to do them on the bag or in a bowl. I just love doing it this way. So then once these are all dry, then I just flip them over and I do the bottom part as well. And then I'm just laying these pieces out. And this is where I realized, oh my goodness, these are for the hangers. I had it in my mind there was only 1 hole because of that calendar piece for the hanger. And then when I went to put it together, I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I just did that. So luckily that chalk or caulking wasn't dried all the way, so I was able to use my Cricut tool to poke a hole through them and then use it. So here I'm just using hot glue to glue all of those pieces on. And then once they were done, I took my antique wax and a paper towel, and I'm just antiquing this picture just to make it look even a little more rustic than what it did. After that, I took some more of that twine, and I am just going all around the picture and the edge, just adding that in just for a little added detail. And then after I had that all completed, I'm going to take some more of this and I'm going to wrap it around my hands, and I'm just making another bow like I did on the previous one. And as you can see, I did add my little beads hangers there that actually came off the picture. I just put it right back in, and then I'm just making this bow. I'm going to cut off the tails and hot glue it on the top there. And that's all there is for this one. I really love the way this came out. Like I said, I wish I had more of those calendars. I hope, I don't know if there's a way to get more of these or not, but I love them, and I just love each one that's in that book. And I'm almost out of them, which makes me sad. So if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can find my links to my accounts in my link tree in the description box below, as well as links to other things that I'm associated with. Oh my gosh. And I just want to give a big shout out to Debbie Marley. Thank you so much. She just recently bought me a coffee, and I truly appreciate it. So here is DIY number 3. So this DIY, I'm going to use one of these wall vases. I have been wanting to use this forever, but didn't know what to do with it. I've got some of these brain teaser pieces from Dollar Tree, and then some of the pieces that came off of that first DIY. And then I'm going to use some Boxwood Greenery and some more of that twine, and then my Waverly chalk paint and the color white, and my antique wax. So like I said, I've been wanting to use this for a while, but I didn't want it to be hanging. And so I got an inspiration from, I can't think of the channel name. I'll have it in my description box. She did something similar to this, and I thought, oh, that's great. So I started after that, I painted my vase there white, and then while it was drying I painted those blocks with my ocean, and then I'm just using some hot glue to add these on. Now if that's for video purposes, if you recreate this, I would recommend using something stronger like super glue or E6000. So then I laid these pieces out where I wanted them, and I'm using my Fix All glue and a little bit of hot glue for that immediate hold, and I'm just putting them back in place where I have them laid. And then once I had them all on, I took my antique wax and another paper towel, and I am just going to rub all over this whole piece, including the hanger itself. And then I do some on the inside too. I just wanted it all to match. And then after that, I am going to take some of this twine and hot glue this all the way around the opening and just the front piece as well. After I was done with that, I took some of this ribbon. I got this from Hobby Lobby last year. I love this ribbon. And I'm just making a little bow, doing the awareness ribbon, scrunching it up with some twine in the middle, tying a knot in the twine, and then fluffing and dovetailing. And once I had it all done and ready, I'm just going to hot glue it to the top there. And then I'm going to cut up some of this Boxwood Greenery, stick it in. And then I had this piece, I don't know where, it came from off of some kind of a pick. And I just stuck that in there as well. And there it is. I really love how this came out. You'll have to let me know what you think about this one too in the comment box below. Okay, so it is time for a celebration of your recreation. And Debbie, you did an amazing job on this wood round. I love the way you did the beads with the little lemons. Oh, it's perfect. Thank you so much for sending me your picture. If you have something you would like me to showcase, you can email me a picture, or you can send it to me through Facebook Messenger or Instagram, and I have my email in my description box below. So here is DIY number 4. So for this DIY, I'm going to use one of these candlesticks from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use this welcome sign from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use this mirror from Dollar Tree and this wallpaper from Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to use my Waverly wax and Waverly chalk paint in the color white and ocean. So I'm going to start off by removing the back, and this comes out really easy. There's just some little teeny kind of like clips that hold it in place, and you just have to remove the cardboard and the mirror. And then I painted it white as well as the candlestick. Then I'm just going over both of those with my antique wax. If you're new here, I want to say welcome. I am so glad you stopped by today. My name is Brenda. And if you like home decor on a budget, holiday decor, thrift flips, gift ideas, then I would invite you to hit that red subscribe button and become part of our family. And then let me know in the comment box below that you are new here. I love to get to know you. And for all of you guys who like this channel today, make sure you hit that like button and comment, because you all know far too well that it helps my channel grow, and I do really appreciate it, and I love reading your comments as well. So after I was done with all this, I took my ocean paint and I'm coloring in the flowers on this little metal piece here, and then I took my white and I colored in the word welcome and the wreath part. Now, I do end up going in a little bit later. I'll show you. I do go in and paint the welcome blue because I felt like it was too hard to read. But after I had this all painted, I did go over it with my antique wax and gave it a good distressing as well, like you see right here. And again, if you don't like distressing, you don't have to do that part. Then I took my mirror and I'm tracing out that wallpaper. And then I just cut it out and I put it onto the back of the mirror. I didn't cover up the mirror. You could if you want, but I didn't. And then I just put it in, well, I'm going to put it in. I put some dabs of hot glue. Sorry, you can see all my lights and stuff. And then I'm just adding the back into place there. And you know what? I really even love it looking just like this. If you wanted to recreate it, you could even just, I seriously considered not putting that welcome sign on there because I just love the way this looked in that. But I went over that with antique wax, and then you can see here I am just painting the welcome sign with my ocean color as well. And then once that was all dry, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. I took 2 tumbling tower blocks and painted them with that blue too. And then I hot glued them because I'm going to hot glue this sign. Did I hot glue or did I use super glue? I think I hot glued, but I would recommend using super glue for a long time hold or E6000. And then once I had that done, I'm putting some super glue and hot glue on this candlestick. Now, I thought about doing this in the middle to give it a little bit better coverage, but I decided to do it in the front. And then I took some more tumbling tower blocks. I did paint them off camera later, but I'm just going to hot glue them to the back just to give it that added support. And I think I do 3 here. I do 2 on top of each other and then 1 right behind it. And that's just to kind of give it some added support. So then after that, I took a bow or some ribbon that I got from Hobby Lobby. I love this ribbon. I think it's beautiful. I made a bow, and I am just adding some greenery picks from my Boxwood greenery that I get at Walmart that I love so much, and I get tons of it because I use it all the time. And I'm just going to hot glue it right in front on the bottom to where that candlestick and the round piece meets. And then after that, I decided I wanted to make that welcome word be a little easier to read. So I'm just going around with some stitching lines using my white paint marker that I got from Dollar Tree. And then I just kind of went around the flowers too to just kind of help highlight what they are, so it doesn't look like big blue blobs. And I did that on the bottom flowers as well. And that's all there was for this one. I really love the way this turned out. Again, I think even without the welcome sign part, it would still be really beautiful with just that wallpaper. You have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, for the final DIY, if you can even call this a DIY, I took these rub-on transfers from Dollar Tree and this little picture from Dollar Tree, and then some more of my Boxwood greenery from Walmart. And I started off I was just trying to kind of figure out if I wanted to do this. So what I did was I put this up just like that because I was just trying to see it, and it attached to the picture. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm doing this. So here I was just matching it up to where some of it didn't come off. When I tried to pull it off, it left some. So I just replaced it over that spot, and here I'm taking it off. So you can see some of the other images got added onto that. So I decided I wanted to add some of the ocean paint. So I painted the bottom part of this ocean all the way around. And once I'm done with painting it and it was dry, I just went around and started adding more of these rub-on transfers. And this is how you should add them. You should cut the little rub-ons that you want to use, cut them off of that big piece, and then add them on. That way you don't have to worry about any of them sticking. So then once I was done, I just went and cut some of my Boxwood greenery, put them inside my pitcher, and then I took some more of that twine, just wrapped it around the top, tied a knot, and that's all there was for this. It's super, super simple, and geez, I don't know if I even have $2 in this one, maybe $2. But you'll have to let me know what you think about this one and which one was your favorite today. And again, make sure you check out Missi and Emily and LaParsha's channels, as well as the playlist. I have all the links to all of them in my description box below. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you liked today's video, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you go. And then don't forget, you guys, to hit that like button and comment. I truly appreciate it. And I will be back with a very special video on Friday. I am so excited about this one. I can't wait to show you guys. So keep those notification bells set. And with all that being said, you guys have a great week, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.